Yesterday, February 10th, 2019, the senator from Minnesota, Amy Klobuchar, announced that she is running for president in 2020. I'm looking for some polls about her to make a good video, but I only found one that shows her winning the national vote, popular vote, by 9 points, 51 to 42. And it was a couple months old. However, there's an article on 538 that mentioned how she won her Senate election beat expectations by 9.8 points based on what she should have done based on the state. So I'm going to use that number. So I'm not putting opinions in here. I'm trying just to focus on some numbers. So I took that number, 9.8, and I subtracted it from the PVI. So if, for instance, Alabama is the first state alphabetically, and the PVI is R plus 14, if I subtract 9.8, I get 4.2. Now that's a little bit too extreme, I think. So I'm averaging that in and getting a 9.1 win by Donald Trump for Alabama. And that's how I'm doing this map. So the deep ones I'll use for ones that are over 5%, but the light I'm going to use if it's less than 5%. And I'm not going to do any toss-ups right now. I'm going to just do straight up by numbers. This Arizona, by the way, is 0.1 win, 0.1%. So I'm using multiple colors because it'll be a little bit more accurate here. So Connecticut, Delaware, I always forget about DC. It should just come automatically blue. I just don't ever see that changing. So this is an interesting one. Is a big switch. Is Florida would be 0.29, and Georgia would be a slight win by Trump by 0.1. Hawaii would be a landslide, and Idaho the other direction. Oops, sorry about that. Illinois deep. Keep it alphabetical. Oh, actually, in the end, I could have just left like that. It would be light, actually, 4 points. And Iowa would switch, but just barely, 0.1. And again, there's regional things that we should be talking about. Her being from the Midwest would probably change some of these numbers a little bit. But for right now, I just want to use the numbers that I've been given. So Maine and the first district, we'll keep it there. But the Maine second district would be light blue. Maryland and Massachusetts. Oops, I missed Massachusetts. It's hard to get my mouse in there. Here we go. And then now look at Michigan. It's going to actually be dark because it's 5.9%. That's what the goal based on the numbers here. Mississippi would actually be light red. And so would Missouri. And then Montana, Nebraska, but Nebraska's second district will be light blue, just barely making it. Nevada, and right here, New Hampshire would actually just also be light blue, 4.9. New Jersey, dark. New Mexico, also dark. New York, and here's another one that's surprising, North Carolina, by a point. I mean, Hillary only lost it by a few points. I mean, Obama won it in 2008, so that's not as surprising as we'd think, I guess. And this is interesting that Ohio, I personally I'm trying not to put opinions in here, but I don't know if Ohio is really going to swing back. But if it's a Midwestern candidate, maybe I can see that happening. And then Pennsylvania, again, will just be light, just making it 4.9. It seems like that's a trend here. Those states that Trump barely carried will go the other way. If these polls are correct, anything can happen again. Actually, South Carolina would be light leaning. South Dakota and Tennessee will both be dark. Texas would be light red. Utah, dark red, good. I had a video earlier that had that as blue, and I just thought, again, it's a little bit much. A little too early for that, or if ever. And then West Virginia would be dark. Wisconsin, again, would be light blue, just making it past the threshold. And then Wyoming, dark red. So this would be a Klobuchar win. Again, this is very similar to Obama in 2008. The only difference is Indiana. So very similar to that. So you can't say it can't be done. Really depends what happens. Again, Ronald Reagan at this time was low approval rating, and then he won 49 states the next year, so in 1984. So anything can happen, but this is based on a poll. Just to recap, she exceeded expectations by 9.8 points. So I took that number and averaged it in with the PVI, just give a little bit of a lean for every state here. So only time will tell. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.